a little longer. Don't stop. There we go. Hey, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the BAMP podcast. I'm your host, Mike Lafferty, and here is our contractually obligated theme song. Thank you, folks. And that delightful musical intro assures you this is a high-quality, high-production values operation. Only the finest, ethically sourced, geeky conversation for your podcast listening pleasure. Today, we're here to talk about maybe the geekiest of all the things that's happened this week. The new Masters of the Universe trailer came out. It looked kind of cool. A lot of CGI, obviously. Oh, look at what do you have there, Jacob?
This is my pencil holder. And this is my little mascot, Skeletor, in my pencil holder.
Well, Jacob Blackman, RPG artist, freelance illustrator, is a big Masters of the Universe fan. And Dave Henby, a buddy from Indiana, you can see his behind him there. Dave, what's your connection to the franchise here?
I just grew up with it. You know, I grew child of the '80s. We all grew up with the cartoon and the toys, and the trailer does look pretty cool. Yeah,
my biggest memory from the '80s of watching Masters of the Universe was the PSA from Ram Man about, "Hey kids, you should things with your head." Because I think some kid somewhere in the Midwest tried to hit a wall with his head and got a concussion, and they had to
or something. Yeah.
So ostensibly this is a trailer reaction show. I'll give my 2 cents first because I'm in a loquacious mood. I dug it. It looked like it'd be a good time. For me, it's going to be a home watch. You have Idris Elba as Man-at-Arms. I don't recognize anybody else in the trailer. Apparently, that master thespian and sex pest, Jared Leto, is doing the voice of Skeletor. It looked all right to me. It looked like a mid-tier Marvel movie. I like to see Idris Elba and stuff. Although, man, if you've seen The Wire, Idris Elba is an amazing actor.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of amounts me that he gets high-profile work, but it tends to be in genre stuff like this. That's I look forward to seeing the Green Tiger on the screen. Jacob, as the biggest Masters of the Universe guy on this show, what are your thoughts on the trailer?
The only other cast member I know in this is Alison Brie, who is playing Eva Lynn.
Alison Brie.
Actually, that's not true. This wasn't revealed in the trailer, but I happen to know it from the cast list. Marina Baccarin is playing the sorceress,
and she was the companion from Firefly, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Deadpool's girlfriend.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's kind of cool. That's a great role for Alison Brie. I can see her in that. Interesting. Kind of wish Abed was in there somewhere now.
But I am very much excited for this story. I know there's a lot of people who are going to be annoyed that this is a return to Earth, and to a degree, I understand, because them going to Earth is kind of what ruined the original Masters of the Universe movie from 1987. I want to watch Eternia, not Earth. However, in the context of what we have seen based on the trailer, this move works. Because if you know what I know about Masters of the Universe, it makes 100% sense. And let me explain. I'm about to nerd all over you.
Oh, go, boy, you go.
Okay, so Adam is a twin. His twin, Adora, was kidnapped when they were infants by the Horde. So Adam is the only heir. So you apparently have him being raised in Eternia until he looks about, sometime 8, 9, not even in the double digits yet, and then there is a major attack on Eternos, which is the major kingdom that his family rules. He is then sent to Earth because it looks like they're losing the war. for his protection. And I 100% understand this move because his mother is from Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So if they have access to Earth, why not hide the child there for protection? It's something that royals did in history all the time to protect their heirs. And so, I get it. And one of the things that this will also allow us to do is we know Eternia exists. Adam knows it exists. He's wanting to get back, but he's been gone for several years. And when he gets back, he gets to be the audience insert character for what's been different all these years since he's been gone.
Yeah.
And that is a fantastic storytelling plot device.
No, I totally agree with that.
So I applaud this decision. I think this effort on how they use Earth is fine. I'm all for it.
It's only the 2-minute trailer, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's completely on Earth like the '87 film was.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you'll get I think we'll get a blend of Eternia and some Earth interlude before returning to Eternia. That's kind of how it seems like it's setting up for me. So yeah, I think I agree.
Yeah. Now I'm if I were to guess, based on what I've seen of the trailer, we're going to have estimate hour 45 minutes, 2-hour film, and we'll have maybe 20 minutes of the early film on Earth, and then they'll pretty much swipe him off, and the rest should be on Eternia.
Yeah, the first half hour or the first 15 minutes with the childhood, and then 20-25 on Earth. I don't know the exact numbers, but yeah, it'll be fun.
And I'm loving they're keeping to the classic looks of the characters, unlike the '87 film.
Yeah, the '87 film did have Beastman in it, but that was the only one that I think was an actual character.
Mm-hmm. But even then, he didn't look like Beastman.
No, not a bit. Not a bit.
And Skeletor only ostensibly looked like Skeletor. He suffered from the black leather. Let's put everything in black leather thing that was prevalent during the 80s.
Right.
So,
but he was Frank Langella just chewing up the scenery. It was so good.
And I love Frank Langella's Skeletor. I honestly do.
He was the shining star of that film. The only good thing in that film.
Exactly. He was a great Skeletor. Dolph Lundgren was honestly a decent He-Man. But
playing a corny character, yeah.
But this aesthetically looks like a better movie.
Oh, it does.
Much like what Travis Knight did in the Bumblebee film, especially that opening 5-minute scene on Cybertron. He's making the characters look like how they do classically, so they're identifiable.
And Owen Casey Stevens, friend of the show, writes in, did anyone spot any signs of Princess Adora? I did not, but I wasn't looking particularly close.
No, I don't. I'm not sure if they are going to get into the Adora storyline at all, considering the current legalities with She-Ra.
I do want to point out something that I did not spot. There's no Orko.
Yeah.
I was wondering if Orko was going to be in there because, Josh Gad hasn't had much voice work since Frozen 2. I thought he was about due for something. Since the opening 5 minutes of Bumblebee is top tier, I can't argue. The opening 5 minutes of Bumblebee is pretty great. Mm-hmm. I'd assume that would be a Josh Gad or Chris Pratt kind of role. But that didn't see him in there. So maybe he'll be like.
I'll probably save him for another trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, they're doing this almost. Yeah, there's a big chunk of fan service that's part of this, so I think Orko is going to have to be in it.
He might be like the steampunk owl in Clash of the Titans.
I was thinking that.
Who's that creepy guy floating around in his nightshirt? Don't worry about him, something like that. So, I guess we'll find out. All right, so deep geek stuff. the 1987 movie. I heard that somebody saw a panel with the director of that movie, and he was getting criticized for it. And he said, "You have to realize that this ostensibly was a movie about Mattel's toy line, but really this was my loving, heartfelt homage to Jack Kirby's New Gods."
Okay.
And seen in that light, it's still not like a great movie, but it explains.
It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. So
having seen what I have about the original 87 film, I'm amazed we got as much as we did out of it.
At least three characters that came from with the same names.
Apparently it was in the original script, it was all supposed to take place on Earth, with He-Man, at the very beginning, showing up through a portal on Earth, and the entire point of the film is him trying to get back to Eternia, so he can get back to his family and save them all from Skeletor.
Well, this just got even easier.
That'd be better or worse. I don't know.
The director actually rewrote the script and made the Castle Grayskull set, telling the studio that over 47 minutes of the film took place on this one set. So that is how they got the Castle Grayskull set built.
That's fair.
And apparently when they built that set, everyone came to see it. And everyone came to get pictures of it. Michael Jackson heard they were doing a Masters of the Universe film and heard that he could sit on the throne of Castle Grayskull and went on the set and had pictures of him on the throne of Castle Grayskull.
It was a huge property, so yeah, that makes perfect sense, and that's absolutely great. That's cool as hell. I can imagine the after parties that they had there.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Yeah, just getting down to Castle Grayskull, baby.
I imagine Dolph Lundgren is like hanging out with that. Remember that scene in Ted where they're hanging out with the guy who played Flash Gordon? That's what I imagine.
I would imagine it's something. I honestly can't imagine what it would be like to hang out with Dolph Lundgren.
He's a real smart dude. So
he is super intelligent, has multiple degrees as a scientist, and geez, he is much more of a well-rounded person than people give him credit for.
So anyway, the story about the director of this movie and the New Gods connection is even geekier. I Googled it.
Please, how?
The director's name is Gary Goddard, and he actually made some remarks acknowledging the influence New Gods had on it. He did this not in an interview or a convention panel like I thought. He did it in a letter column. John Byrne's X-Men number 26. Wow, okay. That's geeky. That's
yeah.
You guys even remember John Byrne's X-Men? That was a big deal in
I remember.
For 2 years.
Yeah.
People cared about what John Byrne thought. Yeah.
I understand the New Gods connection because I believe John Kirby did some of the original art that inspired the toy line. That they went to him for character ideas.
For concept art.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. All right, so
it does make a lot more sense though. Like I said, I just watched the movie and it's very strange. It's got its own lore. It's not He-Man lore, but it's very deep lore. It seems completely nonsensical, but if viewed through the lens of a tribute to the New Gods, it starts to make a lot more sense, especially Skeletor getting the god power at the end of it. The over the top, now this will be our final battle kind of dialogue. It does come a lot more into
right. Yeah. Well, it's kind of some of Courtney Cox's best work. I mean, before
outside of Dancing in the Dark, baby.
Yeah. So.
And what's his name? Lieutenant Paris.
Oh yeah. I know
the actor who played Lieutenant Paris in Voyager was the guy.
Okay.
I did not know that.
Yeah, the two Earth actually the three Earth characters are all major actors.
Oh, I didn't know that. And
The sheriff,
Yeah, the sheriff's the guy I was thinking of, who I picked out, but I didn't know his name. But yeah, I've seen him in so many things.
Yeah, our buddy Dartnett, who has Scott Carson, been on the show before. This has to be a quote from the movie, right? Tell me the loneliness of good. Do you guys recognize this quote?
That's a
No, I
Skeletor
just
quote.
watched the movie, but I can't say I remember everything. It's obviously a Skeletor quote.
Okay, fair enough. Good to see you, Scott. All right. So, in my mind, and I'm kind of an asshole, I'll admit it. This is a troubled franchise. Not as bad as, say, Thundercats, but it's a beloved 80s franchise to keep trying to bring back, and it doesn't quite stick. Although this last Netflix cartoon, it's got a new season coming up. It's had at least 2 seasons before now. It's got major voice talent, so I guess maybe that's why we're seeing a movie happen. Is it equal?
And you have to specify there which of the Netflix cartoons, because there were 2 different Netflix series.
The only one I've seen is
there was the Revolution series that Kevin Smith wrote, and then there was the CGI He-Man and the Masters of the Universe.
Oh no!
Series.
Yeah. I was thinking of the Kevin Smith one. Did the CGI one have more than 1 season?
I hope it didn't have more than 1 episode.
Like 2-3 seasons.
Oh,
okay. I was unaware of that. Okay.
It is its own continuity. It did its own thing with the story and the characters.
They took it seriously.
And it's intended for a younger audience, but it was decent for what it was. I generally enjoyed the series.
Owen was upset that I was off center.
Yeah, he was grabbing the cat, bro.
I'm doing the Bond villain thing, okay?
But I did really, but I also very much enjoyed the Kevin Smith series for finally getting to stories that they had always been racing around and circling around for years with all the other shows, mainly Teela's story. I'm finally glad they told Teela's story, that she finally knows who He-Man is. She knows her own origins, that she's the daughter of the sorceress and is the heir of the sorceress and has become the new sorceress.
I'm going to have to go back and rewatch that.
I love that.
So I remember it being pretty good.
Huh?
I just remember it being good. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say the last cartoon I was watching on Blue-Eyed Samurai on Netflix was really good.
Yes.
You had a chance, you like samurai flicks. And Castlevania on Netflix.
Oh, Castlevania was great.
Also
yeah, that was next level great. And Warren Ellis is apparently a hell of a creep. Him and Jared Leto have a lot in common. But, oh boy. So, yeah.
That is the one thing I am highly disparaging about this movie is the casting of Jared Leto as Skeletor.
You know,
they could have chosen so many other better actors. Now, we don't have to look at his face. That's one thing I will say.
Yeah, it's a voice acting. So, I'm not terribly over the moon over it, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked before the show. I would be happy to see any number of people playing Skeletor that weren't Jared Leto. But they saw those numbers that the last Tron movie did and figured they want to jump on. They want some of that. So
that makes sense.
What obscure? Oh, and you can join these shows whenever you want to, but it's no. What obscure He-Man character?
Come on in, buddy.
What obscure He-Man character do I predict will be seen for 2 seconds in the background? My answer is Pig Boy.
What? Is this a real thing?
Pig Boy is the character from the 1987 film, which has become a canon character since then. He was the kid that was chosen from like some serial
one of those.
Okay. And if you won, you got a part on the show in the movie, and his part was Pig Boy, who takes the staff from Skeletor at the early scene. That's the only time you see him. He's like literally 1 or 2 seconds, and you don't see him again until the Netflix Revolution series, where Pig Boy is one of the soldiers that it's
gotta get into that lore, baby.
Yeah,
that's. So you're a He-Man fan. This kid looks like he's about 7, right? Here's a picture of him, and there's
Okay, yeah.
To be in it, and they call you Pig Boy. They make you wear that costume. That's kind of awful.
He got.
Did they pay for therapy? Did he get a SAG card to get the insurance for it?
His character's canon. He got to play that character.
But at what price, sir? That's what I'm saying. At what price?
If I was on the set of Star Wars and they put me in that little snout.
Yeah, whatever. You could tell people you were in Star Wars.
I could say I was in Star Wars. That guy gets to say he was in the Masters of the Universe movie.
Yeah, he gets to, and that's going to buy him a beer somewhere. But that's not as much credit as I think you think it is.
No, it's not. But if you're a fan, then yeah.
Yeah. If it's 3 old guys talking this shit in the know, that's very funny though. I love it.
You guys remember Plundor?
Not really.
I'm trying to.
Is he a pirate?
I don't really remember Plundor. No.
I don't.
He's a pirate.
Zodak will be Zodak. Who is Zodak?
Zodak is the guardian of order.
Okay.
He's one of the early characters from the toy line. He showed up as one of the early characters of the toy line, and is almost
cool. Is he a rabbit?
And is almost never referenced.
Yeah, this is Plundor. This Plundor the spoiler. Here he is in character box art, toy art. He's a giant pink rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the great thing about Masters of the Universe is there's almost, you can just type in random sets of characters in Master of the Universe into Google and it will return something.
Yeah, just start stringing together letters like the cat walked across the keyboard.
Pretty much, yeah.
And here's the thing: say what you will about the 1987 film, it gave us new characters.
Yeah,
Boy.
Because Karg, Blade, Saurod, Pig Boy, all these characters became canon characters in the series.
I think the only one in there that had a halfway decent look was Blade. Because everybody else was not the best practical effects,
I loved the look of Saurod. I thought Saurod looked cool.
Oh yeah, they were all neat.
I am a He-Man scholar. I believe you and Jacob both, sir.
Yeah, we
the Guardians of the Hors d'oeuvres.
Dig it.
Still 51 if it exists.
Molar, Eternian Dentist.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yes.
Here is Zodak. So I remember this guy.
Yeah.
So we are ostensibly
fun.
We are ostensibly a gaming podcast, right?
Yep.
Well, there's been failed role-playing games on it, so
yeah, there was a Masters of the Universe official RPG planned with the Cortex system. It has died on the vine. We're never going to see it. As far as unofficial, He-Man RPGs, boy, you'd mentioned Thirsty Sword Lesbians from Evil Hat. That's kind of based on the She-Ra show on Netflix, but like with the bin filed off. And it's Evil Hat. And, they make good games. If you dealt with those guys personally, they're not the nicest guys in the business. By which I mean, well, you know what I mean. But surely there's got to be someone out there who isn't a complete asshole who's made a Masters of the Universe game.
The thing is,
I imagine
the way 5th edition or ostensibly any high fantasy RPG is set up, you could do a Masters of the Universe game with it, as long as it has some means to integrate technology as well. Or not necessarily you have to integrate technology, but you instead of saying I have a crossbow, you can just say I have a blaster.
Instead of a wand of fireballs, yeah.
because in the setting, magic and technology work side by side. You can have a horse, and instead of saying I have a normal horse, you can say I have a robot horse, and guess what? Bam, you have Stridor.
Oh, there's apparently a role-playing game published by FASA in '85. I did not know that. And Owen says, "Gritty crackers to clown." All right. Hey, I did a quick search. I found the FASA games. Oh God, look at this art. This doesn't look. They didn't use the actual cartoon art for this. This is just like two dudes. It looks kind of cool though. A lot of counters.
Well, that makes for an early '80s game then, because
look
early '80s games were
Doesn't look that
basically
bad. It looks like
a play mat, a bunch of counters,
Yeah.
and a 1 or 2 page listing for what the world was like, and then the rest is very, very complicated math because we don't want to play with girls because icky girls.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. A lot of these games, I think I might have enjoyed more by reading them than by playing them. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Thanks for
That was
mentioning.
interesting.
Yeah.
There is
Jesus, not for that.
Yeah.
There is a Masters of the Universe board game that is currently out there that has
There's probably a Monopoly out there.
I'm talking about, this is like a massive
Something more themed.
combat style board game that where you can take your characters on missions and have them face different enemies in each mission, that sort of thing. I bought the whole thing when the Kickstarter went up. It was kind of nuts how much I spent on the Masters of the Universe board game.
I've been on the wrong end of Kickstarters before, my friend. I know.
Let me ask you, have you had a chance to play that board game?
I have not had a chance to play it.
That's the wrong end of Kickstarters.
Yeah, I got it
I can dig
for
some
the
mini
minis. I specifically bought it for the minis because I wasn't planning on playing the board game. I was planning on running a Masters of the Universe game.
That's fair.
You got to have your skeleton mini for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott says he has it. Scott, if you played that, how was it? Just because my experience with Kickstarter miniature and board games is people get excited, buy the thing, put it on their shelf, never play the thing. But I was talking to a friend of the show, Darren Drader, who was on last night, and we were talking about weird post-apocalypse games, and he had a post-apocalypse taco truck game.
Oh, neat.
Where you travel from town to town, fight mutants, use their meat to put into tacos to sell.
That's where I was going to be going. Yeah.
Yeah, and yes, Scott, I'd love to play it. I was like, that sounds really cool. Have you played that? He goes, no, someday. I buy all my Kickstarter board games for minis. Yeah, I think that happens a lot. I talked to Jacob about doing a Masters of the Universe homage game, lighthearted kind of, thing using a rules light system. But my thing is, I want the game just kind of like I do Pew Pew games, which is my homage to 70s Star Wars vibes, and I want it to kind of feel like a Kenner product. And so I spent the money on art that looks like that. And there's enough stock art that kind of has that feel. For a He-Man game, I would have to pay Jacob hundreds of dollars to draw all the art so it would look right. Otherwise, it's a European game that's now okay, cool. So I would love to do it one day, maybe once I retire and sell some stock or something. I can talk about doing it, or if I start cooking meth in the RV again, I'll have the extra cash to do it. But it's got such a distinctive aesthetic. I don't think I just want to do it with the regular stock art I can find. So
No, I feel that.
that's my 2 cents on that. Also, all right, I got a problem with the lore on Masters of the Universe because it seems like the snakes were supposed to be such a big deal in like the packaging and the toys and the snakes.
Yeah, this whole Snake Mountain and everything.
Yeah, the Snake Mountain and whatnot. Owen says, I did pay Jacob to do a He-Man pastiche character. Oh, okay. Can we see that, Jacob?
Let me find it and bring it up.
It's somewhere deep in the hard drive. Okay.
Right.
Not that deep. I know exactly what file it is. It'll just take me a couple of minutes to get. But Snake Men are a major thing in Masters of the Universe. They have a huge faction of their own. The Snake Mountain, where Skeletor resides, used to be their fortress thousands of years ago.
Okay.
I
just don't remember
they have since, much like the Snake Men of like Conan mythology, they have ostensibly died out. The one Snake Man that currently exists was supposed to be Cobra Khan, and through storyline purposes, the Snake Men ostensibly return, and so you have a nice collection of Snake Man characters coming back, and honestly, they're really good characters. I love King Hiss, and I use the basis for King Hiss for Apophis in Superpowered Legends.
All right.
Okay, here we go. Let me share this screen. And share.
Oh. Yes,
oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So he has a right angle too?
Yeah, just a moment. Here we go. Share this.
There we go. Oh wow!
But much like He-Man, it's a weird colored thing.
Right.
So yeah, it's this character is ostensibly called Milord, and this is Warbird.
Oh,
that's great.
You know, I didn't know this art existed, or I would have obsessed about doing some kind of a game for it. But
honestly, until Owen brought it up, I hadn't been bringing it up because it was something he was working on, and I wasn't going to steal his thunder or reveal it. But okay. he mentioned it, so
here we are.
Okay. Fair enough.
That was really neat.
I didn't know. Owen, are you working on a Masters of the Universe on MHRPG? Those notes for his him as a school guide somewhere. Okay, so it's one of those projects. I gotcha. Notes somewhere. All right, cool. Well, maybe we'll I'm free. Okay, well, when I get some free time, that is really cool though.
Yeah, if you ever get free time.
Yeah. It's a busy year, doing a lot of stuff. So
ostensibly, if you're wanting to do something like Masters of the Universe for role-playing games, you can do it with something like D&D.
Yeah, I like the idea of using 5e for it.
Yeah, but honestly, what I would do is Mutants and Masterminds, because the Masters of the Universe is essentially a fantasy-themed superhero game, because He-Man is a big giant brick.
Yeah.
Man-at-Arms is a gadgeteer. Teela is a Valkyrie warrior goddess.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Skeletor is your big evil mage. You know, Trapjaw has his arm that can turn into different weapons. They are superheroes and supervillains, just with a sci-fi fantasy theme.
Okay. That is fair. They've done lots of crossovers with. Oh my God!
Oh, there's a Ninja Turtles crossover with them that was out recently.
Oh yeah. Most recently, when the Origins line started, they did the Masters of the WWE Universe.
Hell yeah!
And I'm holding in my hands a Sergeant Slaughter combined with Man-at-Arms.
Well, that is kind of cool.
On the back here, they've got some other characters. One of these is Bret the Hitman Hart, who is based on Trapjaw.
Okay.
Junkyard Dog, who
George the Animal Steel and Beastman. Let's go.
What?
George the Animal Steel and Beastman.
The Beastman they did was oh god, who's that big giant guy who's
Andre the Giant?
No, Andre the Giant was they did homage, but he was one of the giant characters from the line that never made it. He was one of Bray Wyatt's crew with a big giant beard. They did him with Beastman.
Okay.
I forget his name.
Yeah, I think they're.
Okay.
I almost just think of Masters of the Universe in context with crossovers here lately, because there have been so many.
Mm-hmm. Well, much like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who they did a recent crossover with.
Yeah, I've got it.
Masters of the Universe is rife for crossover because it takes place in a nexus of realities, where they can cross over with any property, because their Eternia is much like, Asgard ostensibly touches all other worlds.
I had wanted to believe you were joking about Molar, the Eternian dentist.
No!
Are you fucking kidding me?
Molar was an incredibly popular skit from Robot Chicken, and it was so funny. It was so funny that the people
now it's all making sense.
Yeah, it was so funny and so beloved that the people who were making the Masters of the Universe toys at the time, called the Masters of the Universe Classics, made a Molar figure.
Hell yeah!
No one weighs in saying the ultimate crossover or courseover. Law and Order Special Skeletor Unit.
Or a Muppet version.
About dentist. I didn't know Mindbender was a dentist.
Yes, Mindbender. That's where he becomes a doctor. His doctorate is in dentistry.
I was unaware. Oh wow, they've crossed over before, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that looks old.
They have that old house style. So
the current crossover that's happening with the toy line is actually Masters of the Universe and Transformers. The one previous to this was Thundercats.
I see Masters of the Universe and Thundercats really jibing very well together. I think that'd be fun.
100%.
I got that cover back here. Hang on a sec.
One of the things I love about the Masters of the Universe Thundercat characters that recently came out is if you take off all the Eternia stuff, the figures just look like the Thundercats.
Yeah.
So you can have just the Thundercat toys if you want.
That's fun.
So,
and they did Stranger Thing crossover where they created a Demogorgon for it that came with Skeletor. There was one that came with He-Man that was Vecna, and then the most recent one came with Hordak, and it was the Hellfire Man for the Hellfire Club.
Okay.
I know that. The Stranger Things crossover I really don't see unless they mention Masters of the Universe on the show. But yeah, that's kind of cool.
I know one. I know
they're upside down.
I know some of the kids had Masters of the Universe toys in the background. They didn't showcase it really as much as they did D&D, but they still had the toys there because, as we said earlier, it was a major property during the 80s. If it was the 80s, you at least knew who Masters of the Universe was.
Getting back to my personal connection to Stranger Things, it's kids in rural Indiana playing D&D in the 80s, and that was me. So yeah, I had the Master of the Universe toys in my room. So yeah.
I gotta tell you, I kind of enjoyed the Netflix version of small town 80s Indiana that I enjoyed living in the suburbs in Indiana in the 80s. Yeah. People were a lot kinder, even
there's some things they definitely get wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's probably filmed in Vancouver or somewhere, but yeah, it's yeah, but that I don't want to sidebar. take us down a whole rabbit hole of what's Indiana was really like in the 80s.
Yeah, let me tell you about Rushville in the 80s.
Yeah, I mean, none of those parents' kids say, "Hey, you're going to hell for playing D&D," and that happened a lot.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, it did. 45 minutes on the Satanic Panic. Mike, let's go.
that would actually be a fun show I'd be up for. But Jacob and I have been carrying on the idea of trying to do a Satanic Panic RPG, but I can't think of a way to make that fun. So,
Well, yeah, there would be the problem.
I don't know how to make it fun. No, it would be.
It's gonna be sad no matter which angle you take. Yeah.
I could see maybe doing it in an old werewolf, old school World of Darkness kind of way where.
The Satanic Panic is being like propagated by Cthulhu or something like that.
Or
the Satanic Panic is being propagated by Satan, who has taken over all the things and is trying to get people, to hate the gamers.
Well, yeah.
Who are the only people who have read the books that know how to defeat Satan.
Yes, that I like. He's turning people against Ozzy Osbourne, who's actually one of the greatest humanitarians we've ever known, and Hulk Hogan is the devil. And just turn the whole thing not on its head, but show it as it really is. But Satan's the good guy. I don't know. There's ways to make it fun, Mike.
Like I said, it would have to be old school World of Darkness, where there's spiritual forces behind the scenes trying to manipulate things.
Werewolf or mage, right?
God, who was the name of that company we used to fight in Werewolf the Apocalypse?
It's not Roxxon. It's Exxon. It's Pentec. Yep.
Yeah, Pentex. So the Satanic Panic is a Cobra cover story as they try to prevent the new generation of Asgardians from getting. Well, that's not bad.
Makes perfect sense to me.
I kind of like that. Pentex, yes. Yep, I remember Pentex. So back in the day.
Baby.
What do the kids say these days?
I have no idea.
6, 7? I don't know.
And they do a juggling motion from what I understand. It doesn't look like juggling to me.
This is not the part of the show where I bemoan the current generation. It's not that old. So, all right, guys, have we mined this vein?
I don't see much else we could do there, buddy.
All right, that's fair. They have a great demo plan. Oh, Pentex.
Unless you want me to just list off all the characters that I saw during the trailer.
Well, I watched a YouTube video breaking it down, and there's this Spyco or something like that. Spycore. I saw him in the trailer. It didn't really glom on me, but then they showed the old action figure, and I was like, "Hot damn, I remember that."
Mm-hmm.
It looks good. I remember Mike, when we were talking on the phone, you brought up the fact that Idris Elba is Man-at-Arms and Tila is a white girl, and that they are the father-daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So how are they going to address that? Is it an adoption?
Tila's always been his adopted daughter.
Oh, okay.
She is the daughter. She is the daughter of the sorceress.
Doesn't mean that it's not his kid too.
It's the daughter. Her father is Fisto. That was established in the 2000 series.
Okay.
Which is considered canon.
I gotta just absolutely love that. Her father is Fisto. Yes.
I don't know what to say about that. Did you guys ever notice that the Fistor? Okay, I got one last thought on He-Man. This something that I don't want to say bugged me, but always stuck with me was the box art was the same guy doing a lot of the G.I. Joe art, and the box art was just amazing.
Yeah, that does look good.
I keep my Masters of the Universe packages simply because the art is so beautiful.
Yeah, that does look real good.
Yeah, I really wanted to see some kind of property that looked like this, but maybe this movie is that. So
the Castle Grayskull we saw looked very much like that.
Fantastic. I really like
my
it.
Hopes.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, I have high hopes. As far as hang on. Oh, and now my understanding was that Fisto doesn't actually breed. What are you implying, sir?
It's biologically impossible.
I think he's implying that he fists a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
So
I don't know how clean we keep it. I always try to behave on your podcast, Mike.
I have a explicit tag.
Hey,
you should tell me that in advance.
In the Revolution series, when
where's Jacob?
When Skeletor is approaching Castle Grayskull, there are two warriors. I think one of them was it was like Clampman and like Clampchamp and Fisto were like the guards. And Fisto says, Skeletor, I hope he comes closer because I'm gonna fist him.
Oh yeah.
And everyone went, really?
Now let's explore that. Can we unpack that a bit?
You're just phrasing. Are we not saying phrasing anymore?
You gotta fist that motherfucker so hard. Here I come.
Jacob, what was that show you hated from about 10, 12 years ago? It was a short-lived sitcom. The concept was basically He-Man crosses over he had a fling with a Earth woman, and he has to, now he's a deadbeat dad, but he comes back and tries to.
I only watched the first episode of that, and I hated it, so I didn't even watch anymore. It was,
was it like a YouTube show or something?
It was more like a Cartoon Network show.
Yeah,
okay.
It was,
that sounds. Yeah, they do something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like it was more of an SNL skit that probably shouldn't have been made into a series, but there was no way it comes like this. Yeah, that's fair.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It was basically let's turn the fantasy hero into a deadbeat dad.
Well, and that is great, I think, for an SNL skit. You can do 2 to 5 minutes of that. Pretty funny.
But 3 seasons not going to work.
Yeah. So anyway, I can remember the name of it, but it was Tim Meadows was in it, and
okay.
That one actress who's married to Robert Kennedy was in it, and anyway, I'll think of it in 5 minutes once this is done. So.
Or you can Google it; it won't be tough.
Yeah, to my presence, the whole plot idea was he's finally defeated the bad guy. So now that all the warring and fighting is over, he's now making the time to, be with his family and meet his kid.
See, that's funny because I saw an episode where he was calling back to the version of Man at Arms, who was played by Ron from Parks and Rec. And he was like, the skeletons are overrunning us. They're killing us. You got to come back, Manzor, or whatever his name was. And he was like, I'm out here in LA trying to spend time with my kid and want to make that father-son bond. He's like, but the King Skeleton Face is rampaging over the wildlands. You must come back. He's like, I have a custodial weekend coming up. I really can't do that.
When you first brought it up, I envisioned just the deadbeat dad at the bar gambling on the horses and shit like that.
Yeah.
I think that'd be more fun, but again, just a one-trick pony.
Yeah, sometimes there are great sketches that shouldn't be made in the series. Sometimes there are great series.
Like The Cavemen.
The Cavemen was a great cartoon. Didn't need to be a TV show. Really didn't need to be. These things happen. So
I didn't enjoy The Cavemen when they were a Geico skit. Why do I want to watch an entire show about them?
No.
It was on. It sounds like a Fox show, yeah. I mean, I like The Caveman, but that's been 15 years ago. And when I used to have broadcast television, I'd have to search for commercials now if I wanted to watch them. So, I remember liking those stupid Budweiser frogs, and then they had the weasels that were like a response.
The ones I truly loved was the I think they call them the Sponge Monkeys, the Quiznos mascots for a short bit. I fucking loved them. They were so funny to me.
We love the sun.
I love that because they're $1 off.
Yeah, Johnny Pemberton from Superstore. He was clearly a guy who's got a 401k and a mortgage, and he's playing a teenager. But yeah. So, well, hey folks, if you enjoy this kind of ramshackle half-ass content, the Band Podcast does it every weekend. So tune back in.
Next time let's just talk about 90s commercials and tell dick jokes, man.
That's not bad.
If you want to support the Band Podcast, you should sign up for the Patreon, and maybe Mike will bring us donuts next time, like he keeps promising.
Well, Dave's in Indiana, and you're in Norman, Oklahoma. How am I supposed to get you donuts?
You can DoorDash them to us.
Yeah. There's a way, Mike. There's a way. There's only a foot of snow outside.
You take your phone, You find out what donuts are nearby our place, and you have them delivered to our place, and you pay for them.
Everybody agrees, Mike. I have to.
Apparently, I have to DoorDash up donuts now. Okay, all right.
Sorry, buddy.
But only if you make enough. Only, like I said, only.
Yeah,
if
everybody
you make
get on
enough
Patreon now.
Get on Patreon and give him money so he can DoorDash us some donuts.
I
specifically want a cranberry apple fritter with a ginger glaze, please.
I am a basic bitch. I enjoy chocolate, and I enjoy custard filled.
I'm going to send you guys Bativa biscuits, and you'll like it.
Okay.
Pop it with the bag of a spoon.
Someone in Australia, well, see, Owen, you're famous. You're like,
Yeah, he's big pimping harder than we are.
yeah. I mean, you work on Star Wars D20. Someone at your level of fame gets pizza from Australia.
A certain level of fame, yes.
Do your fisto the custard.
I do not fisto the custard.
I saw it coming. I was going to make it, but
I do not fisto.
I mean, we could go for an hour just on fisto.
You know, once back in my misbegotten years when I was doing stand-up comedy, 2 decades ago. Well, I mean,
There's a Star Wars Jedi named Kit Fisto.
There is. I once saw a man who was headlining the club, which means he does 40 to 60 minutes. His entire act, after a little bit of crowd work, was mainstream movies, titles changed to be porn movies. I thought he was going to stop after 20 minutes.
Wow.
That was, we could go for an hour just on Fisto.
Hell yeah, we could. Hell yeah. I'm all about the phrasing, baby.
So I'm going to suggest that we could probably do at least 15 minutes just on questionable He-Man character names.
Do you think the guy who was doing the porn titles was like doing a performance art piece? Because I saw a comedian 6 months back who I can only explain his act as a performance art piece.
I think the thing it's not like the old days of vaudeville where if you were good, someone said, "Hey kid, we're going to put you on the circuit." It's, can you afford to drive to Cincinnati this weekend? Then you got a gig. And there's some people with a little extra money in their pocket, and their act is, I'm doing porn movies titles for 40 minutes.
Might explain a lot.
Yeah.
We also don't have Rotten Tomatoes.
So are we going to do this for the last 8 minutes of the show?
Round it out.
Yeah.
We do like round numbers. The mind likes it, you know.
Let's Faker. That's Faker.
Okay.
Boss Man. Let's just no one wants to get with Moss Man.
I remember Moss Man. I think I remember there was like a write-in competition to design your own action figure.
Mm-hmm.
I think I recall that. I mean, I would have been like, let's see. I would have been probably 8 or 9 when He-Man was like popular as a cartoon, I want to say. So this is like deep, fuzzy memories, but I think I remember there being a competition to make up a character.
Who's the B guy? Oh, Scott's got it.
Stinkor. That was him. That was the one that won.
Yeah, Stinkor.
Hell yeah.
The B guy is Buzz-Off.
Porco.
Clawful.
That's pretty bad.
People.
Honestly,
Honestly,
there's a lot of lore to the snake people. Was that like explored in comic books?
The stuff with the Snake Men.
Yeah.
They actually did quite a bit with the Snake Men in the 2000 series.
Okay.
And then yes, they did more with in the comics because comics they can always do much more with.
Yeah, you can have a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Do you guys see the Stinkor art?
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he stinks to me.
Fair enough. This is too easy. Yeah, just yeah.
Scratch and sniff action figures. You gotta love it.
Oh, it wasn't scratch and sniff. They saturated the plastic of Stinkor in patchouli oil.
Oh, Fantastic.
That's how he got his stink.
That's goodness gracious.
Oh, hey, there was a
And
guy
there was a
called
wild time back in the 80s, baby.
Extendar. He was a real character, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Like a little
Extendar.
Inspector Gadget action.
Yeah, he was articulate.
Every part of him could stretch, which made Mechanic utterly pointless.
Yeah.
Stendar could extend his
wow.
neck, his body, his arms, his legs.
He-
Every
he's
part of
the
him could
2.0
extend.
upgrade.
Meanwhile, Mechanic, all he could do was extend his neck.
Jacob, is there actually a character called Tongue Lasher?
Yes, there is.
Oh
He's
God,
one of
tell
the
me, him and Fisto are a perfect team.
It's not Tongue Lasher, it's Tongue Lasher.
Put some respect on that
And
name.
his action feature is a big giant tongue
As
that
well it should be.
lashes in out of his mouth.
The
And
little
tru-
left flip around
and
the back.
trust me, everyone has made the jokes.
Oh, of course.
Okay, put him up against Tila.
This guy.
I love the spelling of the name. Tongue.
Owen says, "Man on your faces," which
Yep.
that's low-hanging fruit, but I'll accept it, sir.
We've already gone there, Mike.
Dragster.
Dragster, yep.
That's a real
Dragster.
character.
He's got a wheel in his chest. And his play feature was you pull him back and he would zoom forward.
And make sparks.
No, the Spark, the one who made Sparks.
The one who had
was
sparks in his chest.
Tharod.
I do remember that. Damn.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to throw you some names. You tell me if it's made up or if it's an actual character, okay?
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Slamtor.
Slantor?
Slamtor.
Slamtor. I'm going to say I am not
This is a
familiar
tough
with
game.
it. Unfortunately, it'd be like there may be characters like the comic books that I don't know. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
It sounds perfect. I'm going to
It
tie
does.
with Jacob here because he's the expert, but that absolutely does sound like a He-Man character.
Yeah, I
You
just
can
made
do
that
that core to anything, and you've got a He-Man character.
up. Thrustor apparently is a real one, though.
That sounds like one, yeah.
Strider? Well, that's not really.
Strider is a real character. That's the horse.
Mm.
I'm okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
In the trailer, we see Battle Cat, but we don't really see a Cringor. And we don't really see a full Battle Cat. He never has the armor on.
Well, if without the armor, he's ostensibly Cringer.
Yeah, but he don't look like it. He ain't cringing.
Yeah. He can't be a cowardly cat all the time.
I guess he put on his brave pants today.
There was one called Whiplash.
Whiplash, yep.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Blast Attack.
Blast Attack, yep.
Yeah, see, it's
Those are getting away from the naming convention. It should be Blast Attack Tor.
all right. Real or made up? Spikor.
Spiker's real.
Oh, he's real. He's the one from the trailer.
Big spiky purple guy.
He's an ugly looking mini.
He really is. Okay, cool. All right. Well, hey, that was a fun game, and I think we're gonna ask if there's a character named Garth. Cyclops.
Cyclops, hell yeah.
Is this whole toy line secretly gay? Is that what we're seeing here?
Well, it is full of giantly overly muscled,
shiny oiled up
half-naked,
men in booty shorts, bro.
half-naked
Yeah.
men
They're wearing just
in
the
booty
scantiest
shorts.
of animal
You,
skin.
you tell me if it's gay coded.
I mean, is this kind of like professional wrestling where it's really manly, but you think they make out sometimes?
And I'm sorry. As much as everyone's always talking about how Barbie sets unrealistic body standards,
Yeah.
dare you to put up against a freaking He-Man figure?
And I can guarantee
These are the kind of muscles I'm
you.
supposed to have to be a man.
I
You know-
guarantee you that just about every little boy in the 80s made He-Man and Skeletor kiss at one point or another.
I didn't have He-Man or Skeletor figures, so I did not.
Okay, so it was, I don't know, Ram Man and Fisto.
I actually didn't have Masters of the Universe figures until very recently because my parents were of the Satanic Panic variety.
Yeah.
I loved Masters of the Universe. It was my first genre. I was not allowed to watch it. But I got to watch it when I was over at friend's house.
That's right.
So I
And
still
got the Atari
absorbed it.
too.
I still absorbed it that way. And, I got to watch. I eventually got to watch the shows more often when I was, had grown up.
I think MM Dozer has a very good point here. Skeletor doesn't have lips. So
Love finds a way.
Love finds a way. Love finds a way. Hey guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you about this. We've been at this an hour. I got nowhere else to go at this point with this particular topic. We really should do this as a lighthearted game because we just had fun talking about it with stupid names. I think we could. Just the NPC section of this book would be hilarious. But thanks for tuning in to the BAMF podcast, folks. Scott, MM Dozer, Owen, always a pleasure, folks. And next week, I think we're doing another show talking about something, but can't think of what it is right now. Hey, do you guys like Space Dwarves? tinyurl.com/starbeards. I am kickstarting, backer kidding. Doesn't sound good as a verb, does it? A Space Dwarves game right now. So check it out, throw some love, or tell your friends about it. We've got 2 weeks left in this campaign, and it feels like a million. And we will catch you next time on the BAMF podcast. See ya.
Good night, everybody.